And then why?
Because, like, in elementary school, like...
Elementary, high school, junior high.
I don't know, I feel like in high school they should be allowed to. Like, it's been kind of dangerous there, but elementary school and middle school, I don't think so. It's like they're still young kids. I feel like everyone should have a gun. Like, it should be, like... everyone should, like, whatever it's called. Illinois is passing, like, the conceal. I like that because I think it's safer if everyone has guns.
I really don't think that should be allowed, mainly because of the fact whatever happens if said student actually gets a hold of a gun or some misfires, mishaps, I just think there's too many bad issues that can happen because of that. I think they should be regulated pretty heavily, mainly just because of safety concerns. I do know a lot of people say that putting regulations won't help gun safety, but there are many other countries out there that have extremely strict regulations, and because of that they've had very little, if any, gun-related violence in their nation.
No, because I think that would just put the kids at risk. If like they go in the drawer, they could find the gun when the teacher's out, and just bad things can happen. No, none of us have a gun, and I don't think that any of us will ever buy one.
I think it would make me feel more safe. Just basically because if someone tries to come up, mug me, something like that, they don't know that I have a gun. That makes me feel safe knowing that I do just in case. Because sometimes pepper spray or something like that might not do the trick always. Yes, my sister and her husband own several guns, and one of my concerns is that it's part of our amendment rights to be able to carry guns, and one of my concerns is that they won't be able to protect themselves, their home, their possessions, you know, everything like that, and also to have one of their constitutional rights be violated.
Well, I think that it should be definitely regulated a lot more than it has been, because I feel like it's really easy for people to get guns. And so I think that that should be a harder, maybe like a harder background check, like more in depth of who could buy a gun than it is now.
I feel safer because with gun control laws, it really just takes guns away from law-abiding citizens, and making guns illegal won't really help it, because if people think that if you make guns legal, guns will be off the street. Well, why don't they just make meth and heroin illegal and take those off the street? My dad's a Springfield police officer, so he owns multiple guns, and I have a gun myself. And yeah, my dad actually right now is in the process of purchasing a new one, just like to get it out of the way in case like the laws like limit us. And I'm in the process of getting a Ford card as well.
And why?
I don't think it's really safe or necessary for teachers to have guns in schools. You know, security guards or trained people like that maybe, but I don't think teachers, I think in an emergency situation with like a shooter, teachers should be the ones protecting the students and getting them into a safe place or out of the building, not really pulling out guns. I think there should be more thorough background checks of the people who are buying guns. I think that, I mean, if somebody wants to get a gun for some sort of violence, they're going to be able to, you know, just maybe illegally instead of legally. But I don't think there's any harm in making it a little bit safer just by background checks and checking out, you know, like mental health and that sort of thing.